The future belongs to those who can imagine it, design it, and execute it. His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum. In the silence of the Eastern Desert, the past is still alive. Ancestors walked here, carriers of light, keepers of nature, wanderers of freedom. With horses, with faith, with the warmth of the sun, they journeyed west and never returned. But I did, to show the world the treasure of the East. The future does not wait. The future must be shaped. The plan was to return the values of the East to a new world. Respect, gratitude, the love of family. The past has already proven that a vision can become global reality. The future is not changed by great actions alone, but by many small moments of good. In the dawn of time, when the world was still young, a small family huddled together by the light of a crackling fire deep inside a frozen cave. Outside, the winter was merciless, but in the warmth of the flames, something ancient began to awaken. The father watched the fire in silence as he looked at the movement of the flames. Gratitude rose in his heart, gratitude that he could care for those who were the most important to him in the cold, and the fear he represented safety, and this realization gave him strength. The mother watched him, and as she saw the man's perseverance and care, gratitude awoke in her as well. Gratitude that she was not alone, gratitude that their child was growing between two loving hearts, and this gratitude moved her to action, so she could give something too. Joy, warmth, a sense of home in the little stone hut. The baby also felt the family's love. She felt the care, the protection that surrounded her, and she too wanted to give thanks. What a child can give. A pure, warm smile. In that smile, everything came together. The strength of the man, the gratitude of the woman, the unity of the family. And in that little stone hut, the treasure of the East was born. Gratitude, family love, respect, and kindness. A treasure that traveled on through the ages. At the foot of the pyramid, a small family lived in peace. The sun stood high in the sky when suddenly the wind rose, and a dense sandstorm swept across the desert. From behind the swirling wall of dust, the faint outline of a figure slowly appeared. But the storm was so thick, only a desperate cry reached their ears. "Help! Help!" The three family members looked at one another and began to guess who might be out there. Perhaps a woman in trouble, or a nobleman seeking shelter. Maybe a poor wanderer lost in the desert, or the black, cat-headed guardian like those carved on temple walls, or even a mummy awakened beneath the sand. They could not tell who it was, only that someone was in need. Without hesitation, the man stepped out into the desert, fought his way through the curtain of sand, grabbed the trembling stranger, and led him into the warmth of their home. The woman gave him fresh water. As the stranger slowly calmed, he began to speak softly of distant cities, hidden knowledge, and the messages of the stars. The little girl listened with wide-eyed wonder to the stranger's magical tales. When the sandstorm finally quieted, the visitor stood up. He walked out to the pyramid and placed his palm against the cold stone. The man felt within himself that what he was about to do was meant for the future. With steady, deliberate movements, he carved signs into the wall. The story of the family's selfless act. And then something happened, something people would speak of for generations. This was the very first sign of writing, the birth of written language, a mark born from pure intention, called into existence by an act of kindness. And so the message was born, the one that lasted through time. It does not matter who approaches, it does not matter how they look. If someone cries out for help, help them without judgment, for every act of kindness lives on in time, and its echo reaches the future. And so this act became the eternal treasure of the East, kept safe by the pyramids for the future. Once long ago, or perhaps in a time yet to come, there lived a lone wanderer, a world traveler who had set out from the distant west. One day he lost his way among the endless dunes. He had wandered for days without water, his armor burning hot, his steps unsteady. At last, the knight's strength failed him. He fell from his horse onto the sand, and the loyal animal lowered its head beside him, as if guarding his very last breath. In the silence of the night, they lay there together, a man and his horse. At dawn, a caravan appeared on the horizon. A woman knelt beside him, pouring water to his lips, and the knight slowly awoke to the cool touch. While her daughter gave water to the horse, the mother's hand saved the man, and the daughter's hand saved the horse. The caravan took him in, and along the journey, the woman taught him how to find the hidden sources of water beneath the dunes, and which star guides the travelers safely through the night. In gratitude, the man brought all this together: the pattern of the stars, the paths of the oases, the secret signs of the desert. And so the map was born, the first to ever link east and west, saving lives and opening new paths across the world. And thus a single act of kindness became a gift for the future. But the world kept changing, and the map he created slowly turned into a living world, a world where a small settlement began to rise by the sea. Pearl divers descended into the deep women on the shore wove their baskets, and the world was still not connected. The sea and the desert lived two separate lives. One day, however, the waves carried a little girl to the shore. A fisherman lifted her from the water, saved her life, and only then did they learn that the girl was the daughter of the ruler. But the girl grew weak. She needed a doctor. Yet the doctor was far away, on the other side of the desert. There was no road through the dunes, only days of exhausting travel. The doctor arrived only days later, and then the ruler understood. The world is not cruel because it lacks love, but because it lacks connection. Kindness often arrives late, he said, because the world is not connected. In that moment, a decision was made. He would build roads across the dunes. He would link the villages to the sea, dig wells where water had never been. And so it happened that one leader's vision connected the desert of the past with the city of the future, people to people, and from the sand, roads began to grow. A road on which kindness found its way to all of us faster than ever before. And today, a new era begins, an era in which not caravans, but human hearts become connected. And in this era, you are the one who reconnects the present, the past, and the future. One day, in Hungary, a girl came into a world where dreams did not exist. Hearts were hard, families fell apart, and kindness was a rare guest. She felt too much. She saw too far, and she believed all this was a curse. Then she realized sensitivity is a blessing, and when she learned to use it, it became a gift. She began creating videos and songs for children until they reached 20 billion views. Then, everything collapsed. Her children's and her own life fell into danger. Driven by greed, others tried to take everything she had built, her home, her safety, her castle. So she left her homeland with her 4 children, searching for a new home. She first traveled west, then turned to the east, and when she arrived, she felt it instantly. The heartbeat of her ancestors was here, and here she discovered what the West had forgotten: the treasure of the East, kindness that travels faster than any road, family love that binds generations together, and gratitude from which new worlds are born. And here, she began creating again, to give thanks to the country that saved her life and her children's lives. So she created videos, which she wanted to share with the whole world. And so it happened that today she still sits here in front of her laptop,